So let's get started. Take a look at our agenda. And today we're going to talk a little bit about, what does this release mean? What is Oracle's objective with this release? And we'll talk a little bit about that. Then we'll kind of go through some of the top 3 reasons why EPM Release 11.1.2 is a compelling EPM breakthrough for you. This is a complete rewrite of the existing the planning app with tons of new features and functionality that's very exciting, and it answers a lot of the questions clients have been asking of Oracle for some time now. And then lastly, we will go through a focused preview of all the products in this release, which is basically all of them, and some of the new features and functionality that they contain. So starting with, again, waiting for the slide to move for everyone. So I'll start speaking, and the slide will change momentarily. So what does this mean? What does this new release mean? Well, one of the things that this release does is it communicates the strategic importance of the EPM space for Oracle. This release specifically extends planning to reach across the entire enterprise, not just within the finance area. It also, with the addition of 2 new modules in the financial reporting space, we're able to streamline the end-to-end financial close process, as well as improve the timeliness and confidence in financial reporting. And another important aspect is just the ability to deliver EPM value faster and reduce cost of ownership. Release 11.1.2 is the most significant release Oracle has had in the last 5 years. This is the latest. This release is the most significant since July. From a product enhancement perspective, this has the most product enhancements in the last 5 years, both to the EPM Foundation as well as all EPM applications. What's very exciting about this release is that there's 3 new modules. One of the modules being the public sector planning and budgeting module, and that's tightly integrated to Hyperion Planning, similar to the workforce planning and CapEx module in Hyperion Planning. So again, a seamless integration, but a purpose-built module. Also, we have 2 modules on the financial management side, the financial close management and disclosure management. And we'll be talking a little bit more about each of these as we move forward. So the second item that we had on the agenda was what are the top 3 reasons that Oracle EPM 11.1.2 is a compelling EPM breakthrough. So we're going to take a look at reason number 1 momentarily. And that's Hyperion Planning. Hyperion Planning now includes major enhancements that help streamline the planning and the forecasting process. Okay, there we go. One of the exciting new things is the new web form designer. That is a dramatic improvement from prior releases in that now you're able to develop web forms using drop and drag functionality. In addition, there are some property panes that are now on the face of the report designer. So in comparison to earlier versions, you don't have to drill in anywhere to see exactly what the properties are. You can see what the properties are on grids, rows, columns, all the properties that are relevant to that web form. Another nice new feature is the ability to add additional rows and columns to a web form. And you can add formula rows, member rows, as well as blank rows. So there's some exciting new functionality in the web form designer, as well as you have what's called an extended member selector. So you can get member count, you can filter on generation and level, as well as there's some keep-only functionality. So a lot of new exciting things on the web form development side that, again, helps implement Hyperion planning faster for a lower cost of ownership. Second item there is the composite form layout manager. Again, another redesign on the web form aspect of planning, and on what's been built in here is the ability to have excuse me. You now have the ability to share dimensions across multiple web forms. So in a composite form now, you can have multiple web forms in one view. You can also customize the display names as well as the section labels. And you have the ability to have 2 rows and 2 columns or custom design. So there's tons of new flexibility, functionality, as well as flexibility within the composite form layout manager. Moving on to the web form enhancements themselves, one of the exciting things that customers have been looking for quite some time is the conditional formatting and data validation within the web form. Previously, you were able to color code some of the web forms going into the Java backend, but now this is all in the designer aspect of the web form, and you can build validation rules with if, then, and else conditional logic. You can have your validation rules be based on data values, as well as member attributes and property types. You also have the ability to create ad hoc web forms. So you can have an existing web form and then basically shift properties of that form around and then save it as a new web form. So that's pretty exciting. As well as the ability to freeze, sort, and filter on the web forms, which previously that level of functionality did not exist. And then there's some just general member selection enhancements. Again, making the process of developing input forms for your end users much easier. Another major area of improvement in this release has been the process management. This also is a complete rewrite of the existing functionality. Now what we do for process managers is we basically create a hierarchy. So the planning automatically knows where I'm going to be promoting my data to next. One of the problems that we had with one of the shortcomings of the prior releases was that you didn't have the ability, once that data was sent, was promoted, if that person wasn't available, the next owner wasn't available, you would have some issues. But now there's some new options available where you can take ownership. There's multi-selection actions, and there's also what's called out of office and delegation functionality. So some very exciting new things within the process management area. The way you build out this process management functionality is you create what's called a promotional path of all the folks that the process should flow through in sequence. So there's no more getting a drop-down list and trying to find the right person to promote your budget to. So that's, I think, where you're going to find that there's going to be a lot more use. You're going to get a lot more use out of the functionality of the process management piece in this new release.